Hi, welcome to the channel. Um, I'm doing this video. It's just a welcome video to let you know what I plan to talk about, what content I want to present on this channel, and who am I? Because the name of the channel is Language, Culture, and Dr. Lou. So of course, I'm Dr. Lou. And so, uh, why did I start studying languages and cultures in the first place? Um, I grew up in a small town, of course, and as a gay boy, like many, I felt like I didn't fit in and really had to get out of there. Um, and I wanted to explore the rest of the world. And so I found that studying France and about Francophone cultures was a way to do that for me. And when I got into college, I added linguistics to my list of things I was studying and some other languages in the meantime. And all of that led to once I was in graduate school, I started teaching languages and cultures, starting by teaching English in France and then moving back to the US to complete my PhD and teaching French here. And speaking of my PhD, what kind of doctor am I? I'm a linguist. And so I studied especially the sociolinguistics of Franco-American French. And that was a really good opportunity for me because it brought together a cross section of American culture and society, which I care very much about, as well as linguistics and modern languages and migrant culture coming from abroad. And so that was interesting for me. And so why do I keep teaching in this field? Because I think it's important, A, to be teaching a valuable life skill, which, in my opinion, speaking another language other than your native one is a useful life skill. And it's also because college age students are at this age where they're really looking to discover who they are and find ways to interpret the world and explore the world around them. And I think giving them glimpses into cultures that may not be their own is a fantastic way to help in that journey. And so right now I'm teaching in Albany, New York, and this is part of what led me to start this YouTube channel because one of the schools I'm teaching at is the College of St. Rose, and we're right now, as of the filming of this video, in the spring of 2024 semester, which after the school year ends, the college is closing down for good, which I think is a huge problem, not just for the students who are there currently and all the faculty and staff who will be unemployed very soon, but we're also missing out on all the academic programs and good that the College of St. Rose was bringing, um, including certifying more teachers every year than any other institution in New York State, and um, all the other public benefits that come from it. And on top of this, all because I'm losing my job there as adjunct faculty in the Department of World Languages and Cultures, uh, this will give me the free time to be able to share uh, my knowledge and learning about world languages and cultures online. And so that brings me to what do I plan to offer? What kind of content do I plan to offer on this channel? I wonder, well, YouTube will help me share information very freely and begin discussions and engage with the public, so that you don't have to be paying college tuition to learn what I have to say about things, and to kind of show how we professors are not just in some bubble in some ivory tower living in an imaginary place disconnected from real life, because everything that I study and teach is very, very much real life. And that's what I think is great about culture. These are ways that human beings and communities all relate to each other and interact with each other. And I think that language has a special relationship with culture because language and culture both end up reflecting one another and influencing one another in interesting ways, which is why I study sociolinguistics, study different varieties of language, because it's even more interesting to figure out what people, what the way that people speak tells us about themselves and how they identify and all that. So, in part of the content I want to bring is going to be awareness of language varieties and cultures, and maybe to help exposure to some of those cultures and to spark a little interest. That would be a great benefit. And I might, of course, teach a few language lessons. For instance, I might do, let's say, if I want to do a video on how do you say hello in French, I could make a whole discussion out of that, because how do you say hello in French? Bonjour? Kind of, sometimes, often, but not always. There's actually a bunch of different ways that you might say hello depending on circumstance and time of day. Um, and so I would bring to that little language lesson an understanding about human behaviors and the culture that surrounds every little bit of language. Now, in addition to that, teaching a little language lessons and about cultures, I also was thinking I want to have some guests on, since I know some people through my work, who have real expertise about certain types of literature or certain specific cultures or languages, or even um, other things such as architecture and the arts. And so I would love to bring some of them on this channel to help uh, all of you learn all of this, and as well to help me learn more about all these areas where I'm not exactly an expert myself. And so through YouTube, I really want to explore even more cultures and language varieties that are new to me at times. And I like to keep sharing what I'm learning with everybody here. And just one more little bit about myself. I have a kind of special relationship to language myself, because after doing a lot of schooling and spending time living in Quebec and in France, living in other places, and becoming a polyglot, which I had English and French and a couple other Romance languages to differing degrees under my belt. And then I got a traumatic brain injury in 2010. And what that meant is pretty much all my languages got pretty much destroyed, and I had to reconstruct them from ground zero, which is very different experience than learning language for a first time. Um, an analogy to that would be if your language learning from the very beginning as, let's say, an infant or a toddler, it's all about building up this ball of clay, this malleable thing that is language in your brain, and adding to it, adding to it, adding to it. Whereas what happened to me was sort of like I had already built out of this clay, made several different plates, and these plates were all finished and all this, and then the brain injury, sort of like all these plates get smashed on the ground. Then I have to reconstruct them bit by bit, picking out one from another, and I no longer have any one real native language because I was kind of trying to bring back multiple languages all at the same time. So that really, yeah, that changed my relationship to language in general. But anyway, so beyond all that, I guess I would like to say please do like the video. It will help with promoting the message in the video. And also, please do subscribe. It's free, and I would love to help as many people as I can learn about all the things that I can. And on top of that, what I would really appreciate are in comments. If you guys have ideas about what languages or what cultures might be beneficial to study, or that you want me to showcase, I'd be happy to say, take suggestions on that matter. And yeah, again, please like the video and subscribe. And so, yeah, I will see you around next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.